nice eyes. You look in and you get hypnotised by these little bad boys.
Joker and Harley Quinn tonight, and I think that depicts our personalities quite well. We're crazy, sort of obsessed with each other, and we always look like psychopaths. With the monster.
I didn't say that, but we're going to go for
much as 2 years in jail.
I'd like a fair interview if anyone bothers to hear.
Before Andrew Tate, you had the original, toxic, misogynistic bad boy, Stephen Bear. He was loud, bold, and attractive, the type to thrive on controversy and bad takes as long as he got the attention. But eventually, he pushed things too far when he filmed himself having sex with his partner with a rigged CCTV, only to upload it to OnlyFans to make money without her consent. This is the story of Stephen Bear's rapid fall from a reality TV star to a convicted criminal. A saga steeped in misogyny, defined by manipulation, and marked by a complete disregard for personal boundaries.
Open the f***ing door now! Events would be nice to my side and everything.
I've stayed with over 1,000 women.
Give me a break! I said, before I went out, what was going to happen?
Bear became famous for being the bad boy reality star you see in almost every show from Love Island to Shipwrecked, a trope that many reality TV fans adore. He was the guy unafraid to push boundaries, get into fights, make crude comments, or stir the pot just for the sake of it.
Geography, not my strong point, but I know where the bar is. My name's Stephen Bear, a.k.a. The Bear from X on the Beach.
Is he winding me up, this cunt?
He's out of
Listen,
words.
I don't know trouble.
This was the persona that carried him through several successful reality TV appearances and made him a tabloid favorite. But in 2020, something happened that would completely change the course of his career and life.
Contempt of court happened.
Wasn't a fair trial.
Wasn't a fair trial. And I've got all the proof of that. At the very beginning, the judge asked the jury, right?
News broke out.
Harrison says she felt hurt, humiliated and ashamed when she realised that her former boyfriend, Stephen Bear, had shared footage of the couple having sex in his garden online. Now, this incident took place in August of 2020 when they were dating.
That Bear had secretly filmed a sex tape of his then-girlfriend, Georgina Harrison. He had shown the video to friends and then uploaded it to his OnlyFans to make money from it.
The extent of what they've done to me.
When the details started coming in about how he recorded it on his home CCTV cameras and shared it on different occasions, the situation wasn't looking good for him. The worst part is that when Georgia reached out to Bear on multiple occasions, confronting him about his actions, he outright lied to her.
Isn't it? So then I've gone on your story and you've actually written some essays on essays, like painting me out as someone I'm not. Like, it's not fair, you shouldn't be doing that, especially when I haven't said anything and I never would.
Finally, when she threatened legal consequences, despite this, like any other sexist supremacist, Bear had an ego to match his size. He mocked Georgia online and denied all allegations instead. This kickstarted an investigation that was going to take everything from him: his money, his fame, and even his future. People who enjoy reality TV have previously seen Stephen on the big screen and couldn't even fathom what would make him do such a thing. But a quick glance at his personality quickly made the entire picture crystal clear.
I went to the fridge to get a snack and, you weren't there.
To understand why Stephen Bear became the internet's most problematic reality TV star, we have to go beyond just his criminal actions.
In the front of my sunbed shop is a window. As I was doing this bird, people were walking past, watching me do you, right?
Although they played the most important role in this whole drama. Producers hired him for reality TV shows because he had that personality to cause chaos.
So I'll save Sarah. Okay. Sarah, should I save this one?
Sarah.
Sarah.
So you're calling Sarah?
Should I save this? It's unsavable. I don't know why it's unsavable now, isn't it? I'm so a full pack of eggs. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Even when he knew the consequences would be bad, Bear made his first splash in the UK's reality TV scene in 2011 when he appeared on Shipwrecked.
This island is the only island, and the rations you've been given are for the entire duration.
Competition will be won by one person. Each week, we must vote for a tribal leader.
One winner, one island. I'm very, very happy.
Bring it on.
He didn't win, but that appearance opened doors for him in the competitive reality TV world. He was hot, short-tempered, and macho, like everyone wanted a man to be in that decade. But that kind of appeal fades fast, because no one wants a person whose entire personality is that of a narcissistic loudmouth with a superiority complex. So Bear went to great lengths to make sure all eyes stayed on him. It was his turn on X on the Beach in 2015 that marked the beginning of his brand, the loudmouth playboy. He was rude, unfiltered, and, at times, a complete train wreck on camera. This earned him a loyal following, but it also set him up as a villain. He played the game like no one else, acting out in ways that kept his name on every gossip blog, giving him exactly what he wanted, the spotlight.
Dropped.
Yeah.
Stephen Bear was meant to come on. And
Thank
I think like,
fuck
a
he
couple of
got
days
dropped,
before, yeah, they said like it would, I think they just decided it wouldn't be good like mentally for everyone in there. So
anywhere
but
it is,
yeah,
yeah.
my biggest fear was always that he would come in. But like barring him, nothing really mattered. It was like bring on whoever else because yeah, I think I'd always dated toe rags up until that point.
Then came Celebrity Big Brother.
Lovely, but just I know you love me, but do boys. Yeah. Is that the juice, James? It doesn't bother me.
In 2016, where Bear took his fame to a whole new level. He wasn't content with appearing on the big screen on a reality show. No, he wanted to be a celebrity and decided he would be won by any means necessary. How he won is really a puzzle because he was the worst person on the show. But maybe that kind of personality really brought in viewers back in the day. By then, he was an established name in the UK. His social media following exploded, and he continued to build his brand as the bad boy who didn't care about rules. And why should he? In the eyes of his fans, his reckless attitude made him the anti-hero. People watching him may have liked him, but with behavior like this, it's hard to believe he was ever a co-star's first choice.
Bye.
I need Bear to get out of here right now. This has to stop. And it will, mark my words.
Even before the scandal, Bear wasn't exactly known for being a women's rights advocate. In fact, his entire reality TV career was built on his narcissism and need to be the center of attention. Whether it was during confessions in Big Brother,
Open the f***ing door now!
Big Brother is working hard to get you out of the diary room as soon as possible. Bear, let go of the door, Bear.
Open the f***ing door!
or making connections in Shipwrecked, Bear made a name for himself as the type of guy who would say or do anything to get attention.
Hey, mate.
Ain't bullshit. Well, did you nominate me? Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm like that.
It's awful. You can take it. Do you know what I mean?
His constant crash outs, yelling.
Shopping budget, Friday.
Yes.
Misogynistic remarks.
You just have a little bit of respect. I'm absolutely disgusted.
You've only had one side of the story.
No, and I believe it.
Oh, come on.
Either Bear agrees to do it our way and starts respecting our clients,
And a sexist attitude.
Run for your life, Shanice.
If he walks back in here and says that he doesn't want to see her, I will go absolutely mental.
She's not for me.
Oh! She ain't for me. She ain't. She be
You're kidding.
Would make him go viral on social media, and that's what he wanted. But there was more to Bear's behavior than just being a reality TV villain. His history with Georgia Harrison.
My appreciation to you, because I really like you, but you gotta think. I really like them. I really like them. If we had kids, right, you gotta think they'll be tall and have lovely eyes.
Another participant in the show The Challenge reveals how despicable he truly was. The two met on the show, and producers loved to see them together. They had a sort of power couple aura to them. She dated Bear for the rest of the season, but their relationship was rocky.
So all the attributes.
We dress as the Joker and Harley Quinn tonight, and I think that depicts our personalities quite well. We're crazy.
The cracks in their relationship were often visible on social media, because while other couples had cryptic posts to show their problems, Bear would often take to social media to mock her publicly.
Action.
Like this video where he was mocking her speaking against him. And that didn't sit right with a lot of people. Accusations were hurled of emotional abuse and allegations that Bear was controlling. It was clear that their relationship wasn't healthy. They eventually broke up only a few years after the show. Georgia had opened up in the past about how Bear had manipulated her for content.
Yeah, and it's easier for... I think it was easier for him to be a kinder person to me there because he needed me more. So I did probably see a different side to him because that is the side he was portraying during that time in our lives.
Using their relationship to fuel drama for his social media followers and reality TV fans. In interviews, she mentioned how he would often push her into situations where she felt uncomfortable, all for the sake of creating a dramatic narrative.
I know, that it just happened. And I was like, this is actually, like, not someone who's a normal person. Like, you've just switched between personalities so madly, and now suddenly that's like really cares about me.
But the real turning point came in the months right before Bear would be accused of illegally recording Georgia intimately without her consent and sharing it online.
It had been on OnlyFans for over a month without me knowing, without them knowing. It had been on Hub, and that was the link that was circulating massively because that was the link that you didn't have to subscribe to. It was the sendable link.
In Georgia's statement,
in this country, it should be innocent until proven guilty.
She made it clear that this wasn't just a mistake. He showed her the video, she warned him, and trusted him to protect her dignity. And what did he do? He showed the world, or at least the world he believed he lived in. It was a twisted violation of her trust and privacy. Bear's continued denial only made things worse for him, but the bottom line is that Georgia isn't the first woman Bear has been abusive and sexist to. The footage of him treating women like objects or accessories for his own ego are endless.
Come on! Come on! You were doing so well. So well.
Champion MTV!
So well.
I've had a threesome before.
No. Oh, no.
It's quite the school report.
But we have no idea why Bear thought he could get away with it. Unlike early 2000s reality TV, where anything would fly, Bear's antics were in the ripe 2019, where people on the internet almost always had an opinion. The public reaction to Bear's actions was swift and overwhelming.
Reality star Stephen Bear has been sentenced to 21 months in prison over crimes he committed against his ex, Georgia Harrison.
The internet was in an uproar, because in the UK, these cases were almost an everyday occurrence, and it was time someone showed harassers what happens when you take things too far. People started to put two and two together. Maybe his reality TV persona wasn't that far from his real personality.
Respect, I'm full of guilt, I'm full of shame, I'm full of embarrassment, just sickness.
After all, monsters kind of look like everyone else, right? They walk amongst us, wave us goodbye, and ask us how our day was. The case started to go viral, and local tabloids like The Guardian, The Sun, and the Daily Mail picked up on it too. Within just a few days, it was international news. Bear's co-stars, women in the UK reality TV industry, and almost anyone online at the time had started to speak up.
I know him, and I can guarantee that everybody that's ever worked with him believes that the 21 months that he got in prison is more than justice, because the crimes that he committed on celebs dating should have put him in jail, and they never did.
But what really made the situation worse was how Bear reacted to it. Instead of acknowledging the harm he had caused, Bear enjoyed the attention.
All right, I'm listening. I promise to turn over a new leaf.
He laughed at the press and mocked the very idea of accountability. Fans who had once supported him were now disgusted, and the internet turned against him in a way few reality stars ever experience. Bear took this opportunity to share the video of Georgia after his own career had completely spiraled. Was it him trying to make his way back to the headlines? Or was he just a bitter ex? Soon, the world would see that Stephen was even worse, and the hard evidence was his TV career. Even if his co-stars found him to be a bother, how exactly does someone go from being a reality TV star to being on the UK sex offender registry? So, let's take a deeper look into the sex offender allegations.
He awaited sentencing. However, he could face as much as 2 years in jail. He'll find out what his new reality is, if you like, later on today.
Against Stephen, what really happened, and how it all went down. Stephen Bear's relationship with Georgia Harrison seemed like just another piece of the drama that followed him. Their romance?
That was my cousin.
How does your cousin know my name?
I don't know.
She said, is that Georgia? Why did you hang up with your cousin? You sat there in bed with me all day, and you've gone and rung your girlfriend and told me she's got nothing to worry about. I would never have disrespected her.
Like all of Bear's relationships, was played out in front of the public. At first, it appeared to be another typical reality TV relationship. But in 2021, Georgia filed a case against Bear, claiming he had profited from illegally recorded between the two. Stephen Bear has a history of cashing in by throwing exes under the bus. You can just ask his Just a Tattoo of Us co-star, Charlotte Crosby.
So how long have you guys been together? 6 months.
6 months. But do you know what?
But that's officially, unofficially, it's actually been 8. Right.
Well, listen, we're together.
Whom he broke up with back in 2017. For the next 2 years, Bear asked her for owing him money.
See it all getting deleted, don't know if everyone can see that. There's Gary, the dad, the boss. Oh, she's deleting more stuff. Go on, babe, keep deleting it. Because the truth will come out. Oh, there it all goes. Got something to hide, have ya? Ah, never mind. Listen, at 4 to Where's Bear's Money's tomorrow. Like I say, it's a Stephen Bear takeover.
And claiming she needed to compensate him. As the harassment escalated into threats, the internet saw just how toxic he was. So when news broke that he tried to profit off another ex, few were surprised. But there was something about this drama that had the audience intrigued. Georgia had all the facts, the proof.
One screenshot and no other evidence at all. And I don't know how I'm ever going to find it. I'm not talking to him, to Bear, because there's no reasoning with him. He doesn't care.
And the internet on her side. She had a solid story, she was the actual victim, and the offense was as clear as it could get. Somehow, Bear was sure that things wouldn't take a turn for the worse. When Georgia took legal action, Bear didn't try to apologize or make amends. Instead, he dismissed the entire situation as if it were nothing more than a publicity stunt gone wrong. He made fun of it like another moment of his very happening online presence.
Work, your skin. How can I get some attention? How can I get people to like me again? That's it. Let's accuse Bear of a crime.
However, this is where the situation took an interesting turn. Instead of trying to make things right, Bear played the victim. He deflected, denied, and made excuses. He mocked the entire situation.
Clear as day. She never see me send it. She said she see me show.
And tried to spin it in his favor. Meanwhile, Georgia was left to deal with the emotional fallout of being publicly humiliated and violated. She was forced to relive the painful experience for the sake of her own justice. And Bear was doing everything in his power to turn the situation into just another spectacle. His lack of empathy.
Good morning, world. Today we're going to play a game. Who can find any information on Stephen Bear dating back to November 2020? Because this game is going to be very interesting. Any information you have,
thrown in with his complete unwillingness to take responsibility, showed just how far he had gone off the rails. What made the entire situation even worse was that Bear's deflection wasn't at a personal level anymore. It became his entire personality, online and in real life. He wasn't just trying to control the narrative for himself, he was doing it in front of 1 million social media followers. His fans saw his lack of care as part of his bad boy charm, and some even supported him, believing his lies. Then, finally, he was arrested in January 2021 at Heathrow Airport, following a trip to Dubai, and charged in May. Take a look at this video where he explains how easy it is to pretend to hang himself.
It's the ultimate narcissist move and make everyone feel sorry for me. All I've had to do, get one of my mates to save me, because I could easily set that up. And all you people, you would have been like...
And the internet will take back every bad thing they said and come to his side. However, threatening self-harm for attention wasn't just an idle threat. Bear followed the months into the allegations with social media posts and live streams. He was seen crying and claiming he was at his lowest. He really made everyone believe he would kill himself if things kept going the way they were headed.
Oh, I can't do this anymore.
And for a while, people were concerned. Maybe he was apologetic, he could have understood his mistake, and the weight of the situation was suddenly crashing down on him. See, everyone would have believed that if Bear hadn't grown tired of his sad boy act and given up himself.
How you doing, everyone around the world? My name is Stephen Bear, and here's a daily reminder that me, Stephen Bear, will never, ever, ever be silent.
He literally abandoned the idea. He was sad over the situation when he saw it wasn't bringing him the sympathy he was looking for. And what came after? He doubled down on his rude personality and started to bash Georgia online. But people quickly caught on, and the mask that Bear had in place was slipping. People weren't playing along anymore. They started to see him for what he truly was. A manipulative, egotistical man who did not have any regard for women, especially the ones he dated. Now, most people involved in a big scandal try to take a step back from the public eye. Bear was not like most people. The attention was fueling his ego, and he made a whole stage play out of the court proceedings.
Yeah?
Truth will come out.
Truth will come out, guys. Alright?
Instead of approaching the trial with the seriousness it deserved, Bear treated it like another reality TV challenge. On the day of his trial, he showed up in an outrageous outfit. Bear arrived in a rented Rolls-Royce, flaunting his money in front of the cameras. The image of him stepping out of the luxury car in a pink suit was more fitting for a celebrity red carpet event than a court proceeding. And he brought his new girlfriend along too. This attitude wasn't just about showing off his money, it was about making sure that the world knew that he was still in control of his image. He didn't show up in a humble, remorseful way. He showed up like he was the center of attention. In one interview, instead of addressing the issue, he broke into a song.
Lady in red is talking to me, cheek to cheek. I want to be by my side.
And harassed the reporter. All he brought with him was entitlement and arrogance. And if you guess the reporter must have been a woman, you're right. His misogyny was on display for the world, and he seemed unashamed by it, like he was proud to be the macho man he thought he was. The internet was quick to jump in. Comments flooded social media, criticizing Bear for his arrogance and for turning a serious legal case into another attempt at stoking his celebrity ego.
Legal teams to stop me from talking. I'm uncovering evidence to prove that all this was one big lie to put me in prison for money.
Even people who had previously supported him began to speak out, calling his actions vile and showing just how much he had alienated his once loyal followers. It's worth noting that the case went viral between 2021 and 2024. Bear was no longer facing a millennial audience quick to dismiss him. He was answering to a more Gen Z internet now. Yet, despite the growing backlash, all the evidence Georgia had, and with Bear's clear crime and disrespect for the justice system, the case took ages. The case dragged on for about 11 months, and it was clear that it was taking a toll.
And the world is going to find out anyway eventually, because you are going back to court for what you have done, and you are going to...
On Georgia, she had to defend herself against toxic fans, against slut-shaming, and against people calling her out for pretending to be a victim.
Brand, people would write things like, oh, so it's not okay to have this sex tape out, but it's all right to be like that, you know, like judging me for doing things that I'd always done, and basically saying I deserve to have a sex tape if I'm willing to show my body in a bikini online.
But even through all that, she became a pillar.
The image-based sexual abuse law, this law changing is going to mean so many victims get a shot at justice.
For women's rights in the UK. And Bear, he was doubling down.
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
On his claim of innocence. Now, there are some very insane details about how Bear chose to release the footage. Before sharing the sex tape, Bear increased the price of his OnlyFans subscription from £25 to £50. He also claimed that it wasn't him who uploaded the tape, but a hacker instead. Yet all the evidence pointed towards Bear being the one to profit from the action. On one side, you had Bear lying to the court, the public, and on the other side was Georgia. She waived her right to anonymity.
Yeah, it was so scary for such a long time, but waiving my anonymity was the best thing that I ever done.
To make the case go public so it would help women stand up for themselves. She was championed as a women's rights activist, and many organizations came to her support. Bear slowly became the face of misogyny in the UK, and it shows what happens when problematic behavior is left unchecked. In March 2023, the court ruled in favor of
Georgia Harrison, it's justice. And the conviction, a message that these crimes are being taken seriously.
Of Georgia, finding Bear guilty on account of voyeurism and revenge porn. He was sentenced to serve 21 months in jail, along with a £22,305 fine to pay to Georgia Harrison with an additional £5,000. By Georgia's decision, the money would go to HM Treasury and police charities. Bear was ordered to sign the sex offenders register and was subject to notification requirements for 10 years. Now, people already believed that wasn't much of a punishment to begin with, but they completely lost it when he only had to serve hardly 11 months and was released.
A bearded Stephen Bear has walked out of prison 10.5 months after.
On a license with strict monitoring on where he could go and what he could do. The UK didn't have very harsh punishments for people who shared intimate content online without consent, and people believed Bear deserved a lot worse. Maybe that belief was warranted. He came out of the prison, doubling down on his toxicity, and started posting on TikTok. From the very first post, it was obvious. His personality was worse and his ego was bigger.
Who likes to mould on my walls? Proper things. Yeah, you ain't getting better than this. This is proper East London mushrooms we got going on here.
than it had ever been before. But viewers did notice he wasn't posting from the UK anymore. Coming out of prison, Bear had moved to Brazil in hopes of starting a new life there. So much for being released on a license that limits activities and movements. He quickly began flaunting a new, much younger girlfriend.
I'm in Brazil. Don't know if you've heard. Oh, it's my 18-year-old Latina girlfriend. Say hello, baby. Hello.
A Brazilian woman, just 18 years old at the time. It was like he was trying to tell the world, hey, look at me. I'm still the same old guy, nothing has changed, and nothing can fix my attitude towards women. He shared their moments together online, posting pictures and videos of their trips and daily lives, doing so with the same flair for drama and self-promotion.
What's going on, world? Amazing news today. I will be doing my first ever podcast
that had defined his career. It was as if he hadn't learned anything from the scandal that had nearly destroyed his life. Instead of showing any humility or growth, he seemed to want to double down on his persona as a provocative, attention-seeking guy. Right off the bat, people were starting to get uncomfortable. Not only was he hypersexualizing his new girlfriend, but it became the central theme of his new content. His choice of a much younger partner seemed to be yet another example of his disregard for boundaries, as if his criminal actions and the impact they had on others didn't matter to him anymore. With so much going on, one wonders what else Bear was up to. A man like him, who begs to be in the spotlight, can't stay in one place too long. Fans highlighted that every so often, he tries to come up with a new scam to trick the public into giving him money.
And then everyone who stuck by me through the thick of it, they're all getting treated tenfold.
Most of the time, these scams do not work in his favor since the people remember his crypto claims and how he's been leeching off of his fans since 2021. There are rumors that he pretended to win millions from the lottery and cryptocurrency, urging his fans to follow in his footsteps.
Oh, you better get some crypto because everything's going to skyrocket, everything's going to go up.
Yet, whenever he posts more content fishing for money, people are quick to throw it in his face. They ask where the millions went, and if his crypto career had been so successful, why would he be begging on the internet? News articles started to come out that he's so broke he's been begging fans to sleep with him or be intimate with him just so he can have a good place to sleep. Ever since he got out of prison, he had to live in miserable conditions. He even sold his personalized number plate and belongings to come up with enough money to afford his life in Brazil. As if the internet didn't have enough of Stephen Bear's face in the headlines, what he started posting on TikTok, trying to pretend how good he actually had it. While Georgia was constantly reminded of the ordeal she had to go through, Stephen casually attended parties.
Kicking off right in Brazil right about now.
Made content
Hello. My teamie, meu time. Yeah. Santos.
with other creators, and even married his young girlfriend. But make no mistake, he was faking it all for the internet. He was desperately short on money. Since he lost his mainstream income in 2021, reality TV star Bear has long since resorted to OnlyFans. To make money, he started to sell explicit videos of himself for a $20 subscription, but his earnings are likely to be modest. He only boasts around 16,000 followers on TikTok who support his vlogs, podcasts, and OnlyFans channels. To supplement it, he has taken to outright scamming. In 2025, he asked for donations to build a statue in Brazil that would rival the magnificent Christ the Redeemer already present there. He claimed to be a man of God looking to benefit the people of Brazil by going through with such a statue. People called BS on his request, and most of his fans realized that this was just another scam of his to get money or redirect the attention towards himself. Perhaps the worst use of his TikTok account came from the videos where he made fun of Georgia and her movement against revenge porn and sharing explicit content of women without consent. He's the kind of guy who just never learns. All of this leaves us with an uncomfortable realization that people like Stephen Bear never get punished too badly. Maybe it's the privilege, but it's appalling to see someone with such disrespect for women have such a huge fan following, especially when a lot of his following was other women. The scandal that surrounded Bear forced many to confront the reality of image-based abuse, and Georgia has since become a vocal advocate for victims of such crimes.
Nobody has the right to earn money from any crime, but to earn so much from image-based sexual abuse is quite frankly abhorrent. I think it's important that anyone who commits this awful crime should be made to give any money they made back to the victim and also the judicial system.
She's used her platform to push for legal reforms and to raise awareness about the devastating effects of this kind of abuse. Bear, he's on a downward spiral, it seems. From not having enough money to marrying young women for attention, he lives his life like he is on a reality TV show 24/7. While Bear may have been able to regain some of his social media following, his public image will never be the same. And it makes you think, which other celebrity is just like this and we just don't know it yet?
Nothing to see here.